Everyone, great to see you all. This was quite a thing for me. I give art appreciation classes besides anything else, and I could talk the hind legs off a donkey about most art, its technique, its history, etc., etc. Doing this for me today was quite something actually, because I discovered things about myself that I didn't realise were there, but they were there, and I sort of found out why I started to make art when I did at about 8 or 9 years old. The main problem was I was dyslexic, and also that carried over into numerical dyslexia as well. And my school thought, oh, you can't spell, you can't write, etc., etc. The art room was my refuge, and that's where it started. I was very fortunate in that my parents were managers of a golf club, and that's me, by the way. I should also explain that I was trained as a sculptor, not a painter. Okay, so there's been quite a difference, quite a change. That's my studio up near Bank, as and was, yes. Anyway, I'm not going to batter on about that. You're more than welcome to come up to the gallery, and there's also the studio at the back. You can come and have a chat with me. I'm not there just Thursday, Friday and Saturday. If the lights are on, it means I'm in. I'm painting, or I do framing as well. And I am, at the end of January, starting art painting classes. These are classes that are not designed to make you paint like Michelangelo, Van Gogh, or whoever. It's to paint like yourselves. It's to build up a visual vocabulary. This sounds quite pretentious, but it's not. And it's easily done. So the courses will run for 10 weeks, and I'll give some notes of it. I'm in that book, yes. Oh God. I have to say that I'm really thankful to the Barony for offering me the studio that they did. We just bought a house in Wells Street, and so the studio and gallery door is about 120 yards from my front door. So it means I can be there as often as, yes, that's a mining village. I'm not keeping up the slides. If anybody's got questions, please throw them at me, because there's just no way I'm going to do that at all. It's a large gallery. We have a lot of my work which will rotate as I do new pieces. Also other artists we invite to exhibit with us, and we will do crafting. We have a felting artist at the moment, Janet Morton. You're more than welcome to come in. We're a very easy, osy situation. There's settees, there's armchairs, etc., etc. I often have coffee on. I really like talking about not just my work, but all artworks, which is why I give art appreciation classes. Something I may do later next year. I do appreciation classes at the Kelvin Grove with U3A and other groups. And it's a sort of deconstruction of the painting, why it was done, how it was done, what the techniques are, what the history is, etc., etc. So it's quite a broad thing, and they usually turn out really quite. We actually found a painting at the Kelvin Grove on the 2 visits before this that the curators didn't even know what it was about. That's quite amazing. It was about women's suffrage. And we sent emails and things to them. They didn't know. I mean, sorry, anyway. That's enough about it. And I actually made notes about this. Usually I don't have to. And this is me. But anyway, there we go. Art for me began when I was about 7, 8. My parents were manager and manageress of a golf club in Surbiton, then moved to Old Coulsdon, to Coulsdon Court Golf Club, which was part of Lord Byron's estate. The clubhouse was downstairs, we lived upstairs. I had a room probably half the size of this as my bedroom, and transferred the art from my school to start building up work in my own studio, my first studio. It was great, fantastic. And it was the dyslexic thing that I've now worked out made me do that. I wasn't good at art. I loved playing rugby. I was an assistant professional golfer. I left school at 15 to become an assistant professional golfer. So my course has been very varied, which is why I can't really go all over what I would like to do in 10 minutes, 6 minutes. Yes, that's why it's saying, it's up near Bank. Right, I also had the studio in Amsterdam, which the Arts Council gave me. Spent money on me, sending me there, paid for my bills. It's great. Don't know why I came back, but there you go. The golf art thing was a bit strange because at 15 I was assistant pro golfer. Come off the golf course, into the studio to paint. Slightly weird. Sometimes go racing around on my 650 matches at the time, but that's neither here nor there. I lived in Paris. I thought I'd go to Paris. Become the next best thing, which was a load of rubbish. My work at that time was rubbish. But it was an experience, a good experience. And when I came back, I decided eventually to go to art school, which was Surrey College of Art. I did a part-time course at Croydon before that. And it was great. Does that mean we're finished? That's one of that's a very old watercolour. Anyway. So, yeah, well, there you go. 6 minutes is nearly gone. I won the John Copley Scholarship at Glasgow School of Art, where I did my honours degree, I did my master's degree. Highly commended, etc., etc. Took the John Copley Scholarship, raced. I'm an artistic transporter. I didn't know this. I knew I framed pictures, but I didn't know the transporter. Anyway, the John Copley Scholarship took me around Europe, France, Spain, etc., etc. Worked in Menorca, had a studio out there with a friend, who unfortunately is now dead. Arts Council Amsterdam was a great time. Arts Council in those days, they spent money on sending artists abroad to actually work. And it was actually superb, actually. This has been a learning curve for me. Actually talking about myself is very difficult. Give me a Hall now, Glasgow Boys, anything like that, Howson, I'll talk the pants off it.
We're going to ask you back.
Yes.